Welcome to our game show, our first ever Gen Y versus Z game show. First, let's talk about who the contestants are. Generation Y, aka the Millennials, born between 1980 and 1995. The Millennials are the people that came of age in 2000s. They're also known for the rise of hipster culture. They played with these kind of toys. Music for Millennials was bought and listened to on Walkmans and CDs. That's right, folks. They actually had to go to a store to buy their music. They listened and watched this stuff. Millennials were the first to grow up with the internet. But it was a little slower and sounded a lot like this. If you remember renting movies, you might be a Generation Y. These are the celebrities of Generation Y. Teen fashion looked like this. And whatever this is. Generation Y were around for the mainstream use of cell phones. But they still remember everyone having a home phone. Their primary drive is to find work security. The event of 9/11 is often seen as the most historic in their lives. And now for our next contestants, Generation Z. Generation Z, aka the I Generation or Post-Millennials, born after 1996. They'll be reaching adulthood around 2020. They played with these toys. Generation Z has always known music to be a digital platform. Media for Generation Z involves a lot of streaming sites and YouTube, which means that their pop culture in general is more varied than previous generations. Their fashion is wide and varied, and since there hasn't been the burden of time for us to know what will stand out in the future, we don't know what will be embarrassing. One standout trend is the workout clothes. Gen Z has always known the world to have cell phones, and cell phones have often replaced other electronics. Phones have become an all-in-one. Tablets and other portable devices are commonly used by Generation Z. And since they're digital natives, they not only take in media, but they are media makers in and of themselves. Gen Z's biggest concern is global warming. And although they haven't lived long enough to have a monumental shared event, some people have pointed out that the rise of this man, a possible, noteworthy event.
Hello and welcome to Generation Concentration. Today, the Millennials and Generation Z will go head-to-head as they answer trivia and complete challenges as a team. The rules are as follows. I will pose a question, and if you know the answer, you must hit your buzzer. Any conferring you want to do with your teammates must be done before you hit your buzzer. Now let's get started. As we know, these generations have had the pleasure of establishing themselves in a very political climate. But let's see if they actually know what's going on in the world around them. Let's get political. Question number 1. Approximately how many years until global warming makes life on Earth unlivable?
Beep, beep, beep. 45.
God, that's bleak.
Sorry, no.
It's me. Okay, well, really then.
I'm going to call time. Give me an answer.
15?
Yes, 20 to 20 years is the answer.
Ooh, that's so bleak.
Yeah, good job,
Question number 2.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Which media phenomenon gained popularity due to an increase in political information available online? Hint, a common phrase used by the current President of the United States.
Fake news?
Absolutely.
Make America great again. So good. I'm so confused.
Number 3.
What? Wrong.
Approximately what percent of newly eligible voters turned out to vote in the 2015 federal election in Canada?
Eat that.
Yes?
I'm going to go with 74.2.
Okay.
That's way too high.
Take the closer of the two.
I
Yes.
think it's like between 35.
Oh, now I have to do math. The answer's in the middle. It was 58.3.
Let's just say we
That worked closer.
So, what is less than 20? Yes, this side.
Yeah,
is
they're
less. And now it's time to distract ourselves from reality with some pop culture quizzes.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right. How many members were there in the band The Backstreet Boys?
8,
Yes?
5.
Yes.
Evan's the super fan.
I want it that way. Tell me why.
Moving on. Which childhood television star, who was possibly a member of your childhoods, had a documentary made about him last year?
Beep.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
Who's that?
Who is that in?
Oh.
Who is that is a sad statement, really sad. That hurts my heart. Okay, last question in this category. How many seasons of the show The Office are there?
Which office? Which office?
British or American?
Okay, I'm just trying to remember what episodes there were.
Oh, you already buzzed. Come on, you need an answer.
Go now.
10.
No.
British or American?
Yeah, is it
I don't
British or
know. It just says
American?
Okay.
American. American.
Okay.
Go for it then.
8?
Well, the answer's 9, so neither of you was right. Oh, are you ready for this? We are well aware these generations are masters of the keyboard. But do they know anything about physical activity? Let's work it out. Physical feats. Are we ready? Who can send this text the fastest? Have you got your phone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Texting. Who are we texting?
Wait.
Panics?
Wait, what's the number? What's the number?
Are we even texting?
I will tell you. Stop asking.
Give her a second. Jeez.
You're going to send this text to yourself, so have your ringer on.
Oh god.
Real hot.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm slow.
That's a bad. What if it's spelled incorrectly? Are you counting?
Are we ready? You're sending this text as quickly as you can. What are you doing today?
Oh, eat. Oh, we beat you.
I need to read it.
What? I got one too.
We're
I use full grammar and
not gonna lie, I think it's just the
I'm so proud of myself. It was long. It was a question mark.
No, I said.
Don't worry.
Now we have a rapid fire round,
Oh god.
Turn your rumors off.
which is going to
Little late,
involve some
little late.
technology.
I didn't know. Shh. Pretend it's the library.
All right, buzz in when you know the answer. So this is Name That Dance.
Okay.
Beep.
Yes.
Running Man.
Yes. And next one, Name That Dance.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Yes.
Hammer time?
Yes.
Like music goes like that.
All right, now it's time to figure out how well these generations know their logos. Let's do a rapid fire round. We'll show you the image. You buzz in when you know the answer.
Keep. Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
The answer? Yes, correct. Second one.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Keep. Snapchat.
Don't even let me say it.
You gotta wait till
I like
she
this guy.
addresses you.
And the third one.
Eat.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Oh, but you're disqualified.
I forgot about that.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew
Make
all.
sure the person who
As long as he has two, I think it was
answers-
Gucci. Okay.
Okay, round two.
Keep. Zeller.
Second one.
Keep.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yes. He'd already.
Oh, yeah.
And the last
He
one.
had already said it.
The last one.
Keep. Bands.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving on. We have the generation here that invented the meme and the generation that continues to let it prosper. We thought it would be good to put their skills to the test. We have invited a local meme expert to judge your responses.
She's so surprised, like what? She doesn't know what's going on.
Are we sure this is an unbiased local expert?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
We've invited a local meme expert to judge your responses. I will present you with a reaction image. Actually, someone else is going to do that. I would like you to write down your caption for this image in 20 seconds.
You're smart. You're smart.
Let me finish. After this, you will each read your caption and the local meme expert will decide which table wins the category. Obviously, keep captions school appropriate.
Yes.
And first one.
We can see it. They don't need to see it. Yeah.
When you play.
So funny. Come on.
You be loud from the side. Okay.
Okay, we have 10 seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands down! Hands down! Let's hear what the millennials have to say.
So the face is kind of going like that a little bit, kind of like that one. So it's like when you forget your homework and your teacher does this face.
Okay. I like it. Okay.
You say ours is funny.
When your teacher gives you a tips assignment and a test on the same day. Are you kidding me? Remember, non-biased.
Let's
Not
hear a
saying the
local
teacher's
meme
gonna
expert.
English.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Gen Z.
Yeah. Oh, well, because they copied us. There's more.
That's a good one.
Oh man. Bye.
We'll get our meme expert.
See you later.
I'm gonna hit
Great having you.
Now it's time for the final challenge. As you know, STEM is the topic of discussion in our industries today. For the kids in the STEM stands for science, technology, math, and engineering. For your final challenge, we ask that you build a highly complicated mechanism. First team to build it successfully gets the point.
Oh my gosh, can you
Now wait, you don't start until you're told to start.
Do we open them and build what's inside?
Someone
Yes, that's how
Would be
this
my
works.
guess.
Yes.
Can we unwrap first?
No, I'm just.
No.
Oh my god, this is stressful.
Hang on. Wait,
I'm so stressed. I want to eat
We
this
need like a
though.
fifth.
You're not allowed these.
do we need to wait for
Yeah, they're choking hazards.
What?
Yeah, kids in the US aren't allowed to have them because
You
they're
can't take them
choking
across.
hazards.
You're not allowed to take them across the
Okay,
border.
so for this round, this one is worth 4 points because right now the millennials are down by 3 points.
Hi, don't tell me that.
Okay.
Okay, we can do random line.
You get the other half of chocolate.
All right, so sometime. Are you ready?
Let's pray to God.
Everybody's
Four
ready?
wins. Quickly,
Set. Go.
How do you open them?
God.
Done.
How do you open the yellow guy?
Wait, does it have stickers?
Oh my
Done. Done.
Put your stickers on.
Oh, stickers. Stickers. They come with stickers. I never did that.
We're done.
I don't have stickers. I don't have stickers either. I don't get stickers.
Oh my god.
Can I eat the chocolate?
over
No.
here.
I don't get stickers. That's too bad.
Oh my god.
How do we do this?
I can't do the instructions. I'll read
Are
them to you.
there?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Just put it together.
Done. How do children do this?
There's instructions. There's instructions. Oh my god.
It's true, it doesn't have to be
There we
attached.
go.
It's 2 pieces.
We're done.
I'm afraid the millennials win the STEM challenge.
Okay, this looks broken.
We're gonna eat this. Literally
It
no
says
problem is in there.
click,
Oh, I know what that is.
but it don't click.
It doesn't click.
How do you do these?
Oh, it's supposed to hop.
Oh,
There
it's
is no
toy.
click.
I think it was biased.
Did you take instructions?
Yeah.
So,
Got
the
to
winning team is the Millennials. I suppose all that avocado toast is doing them some good. Congratulations.
Yeah, free food.
Excellent effort.
I lost my 1 point.
He only won because of the final challenge.
Yep.
If it was worth 1
Dexterity.
There's only one word I heard that. Cool.
One.
One. Look at that.
I smashed it because you get in quicker.
This concludes this episode of Generation Concentration. Thank you very much to all our contestants, to our guest judge, and we'll see you next time.